look, it's my old house, except now there's not grass in the front yard. It actually looks way better than what it did when we first moved here. This is really surreal. This is trippy. It's crazy to think that my parents went ahead and we literally rented this house for 11 years. It's like we could have paid it off. Like 11 years for like $1,600 every single month. Like 11 years, we could have literally paid it off. But eventually, one day, the landlord said, well, guys, we're going to go ahead and sell your house. And we said, all right. Oh, shit. And we had to move. That is still the original thing that we used to watch cable on. What else can I do when I'm here? Oh, yeah. I remember when I was a kid, I had a landscaping service. And literally, I would go from house to house all the way down there. All the way down there in that cul-de-sac, all the way up this road down there. And then in this cul-de-sac, and I would literally go from door to door to door and asking people if I could mow their grass for $5. And I remember at one point I had 11 clients. And keep in mind I was like a 13-year-old kid. And then that was my room, the big, I know it's a little dark, but this big room right here, that was my room. I remember the first time I saved up $300, I counted it like 5 different times over because I couldn't believe, hey, he's got the same car as I do. Oh, that's a girl. And I remember once I got my very first $300, it was like so trippy because, I don't know, I was like a little kid and having like $300 was pretty cool. Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your money. Give me your money. And I would always pick the houses with like the unkept front yards. And then I'll ask them, I'll be like, can I mow your lawn for $5? And they're like, no. And I'm like, but it's $5. And they're like, well, all right, here's $5. And then I would mow their yard and they were like, oh, wow. He didn't do a terrible job. But anywho, let's head up to my middle school. Not the middle school yet. Let's actually start with the elementary school. This is where I first got introduced to bullying. Yeah, because in the house that I just showed you, I was homeschooled for like the longest time. And then back in Pennsylvania, there was a preschool before the elementary school that I went to, and that's where my teacher was my very first bully. And then here was the very first time that I was like oh my God, it's like even the same barn. I remember being like a little tiny kid, like walking in here, and I had a purple shirt, and then this one dude, this one kid, he was my age, and he was like, hey everyone, look, Paul's wearing purple. I have no idea how he knew my name, but he said it exactly like that. And then literally it was so uncomfortable, so embarrassing, that it happened like right here when you first walk in. You're like a kid and you walk in, and it happened like right here. And then literally I felt so uncomfortable that I went all the way back there. I went all the way over there. I went all the way down there to where there's like a grass field out there, and then I just sat by myself. And I just waited till the bell rang or whatever. Like I couldn't even sit in like little places like that because it was like, you know, I was like fat. And like it was like so uncomfortable but to look at my car. I'm so glad that I didn't fall into depression and end up taking my life or some shit like that. But there was one really good thing about this place is that I had a teacher named Mr. Barnett, and he has a classroom like way back over there, and he had a pet iguana. This iguana, even till this day, is the biggest iguana that I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, And only once, every once in like, I think it was only once. Yeah. But he actually, you know, like everyone signed the waivers and all that or whatever. And he actually let the iguana out of the cage and he opened it and literally he just watching this prehistoric dinosaur walk around because it was huge. It was like, I think about 5 feet long, like 5 feet long, like a huge iguana. And he would like let it like slowly walk around and and it was like one of the coolest things. And also he had like a garden. He had like a garden that we can like go back there and like actually like grow plants. And I think that was like the really only the good thing about this place for me personally, because even like the name Avaha is spelled like Avaxat or something, and it was so confusing being like a kid. Like, how do you spell Avaha? It's like, I don't know the school I go to, and it was like starting me off so messed up in the head, of like this bullying, of like literally no one would even talk to me. Like it was horrific, really. And then because my house is like all the way, it's like down that road and then up this little tiny hill and then to the left down there, and that's where I just came from right now to show you guys this. But now let's go to the middle school. I found some people that I actually used to hang out with. Yeah. And what's your name?
Kyle, man, what's good?
Kyle?
Yeah.
I'm Paul. I'm
Chris.
Your dad and Chris. Yeah, I just want to show you guys. But I forgot, we got to go ahead and go to the middle school. I swear on everything, we're getting to the point to where I'm almost at the middle school. It's right down the road. But you see this water place? You see this water place on up over to this way? This is where like a whole bunch of like, you were at the middle school, which is down the road, which I'm about to show you guys. And then after school, you go ahead and the cool kids would go ahead and chill here, and then we'll go out and buy things or whatever have you. And I was never invited because I was the fat nerd kid who no one enjoyed spending time with. So I would go ahead and I would just go home because I had like a gas-powered motor scooter that I would drive to the high school at the time. But I remember once my little brother, he called me up and he said at this water zone, this guy's bullying him. He said that they're about to fight. I was already home. I was at the house that I just showed you guys. I literally get on my gas powered, I had a paintball mask on, just in case. I had a paintball mask. Open up the garage, I open it up, I literally reach down to the gas powered engine, wah, and literally just wah, all the way down here. I come around here, boy, I swear to God, I show up here, I have my gas powered mower, I parked it like right here, I go up in the kid's face, I literally start flipping out. I literally did not hold back at all. I was like, you F with my little brother, you F with me. I'm like literally this and that. I'm like pissed off. I'm like getting pissed off even right now thinking about it. I literally come down and literally, like, he's like to the point where he's almost like crying and everything like that, and he gets on his bike and literally I follow him all the way up, all the way out there. I literally follow this dude who's bullying my little brother. I literally follow him on a gas powered motor and I follow him all the way up to the light, and then as soon as it turns green, I was like, don't fuck with my little brother. And literally I just get on and just wah all the way home. Once I got home, I'm fucking hot because I'm losing clients, because I was like, you know, like I had like a landscaping service, and that's why I never could hang out with like the little, let's go on up to that way to the middle school. I had to go ahead put a hundo on it. My car needed a big old beverage. I needed one too. Here at the home of the goddamn freaking Svela Middle School, on up over to the goddamn Panther on the goddamn wall and up over to there. I just went ahead and parked in the halfway in, oh no, I thought I was halfway in the red and halfway in the orange. Too bad that this middle school didn't teach me anything. I don't even know colors anymore. All I know is getting that goddamn fat check is all I have to know. The goddamn big old Panther on up. They ain't even the Black Panthers. I went here. They're more like the little sad sickle cell, little kitten sad sitting in a goddamn corner dying on up over to that way. Ain't no Black Panther. Ain't no Black Panther. I was the only Black Panther walking over on up over to this way. And like I was like fat, you know, I had no friends at all. It was horrific, honestly. It was like scary. Cause this is like where like I remember I was headed to class and then someone took like a milk carton and threw it against my back. And that was like when the bell rang, so everyone was going. So I looked and obviously no one was there. And like by the time I got to my classroom, which I was like late, everyone stopped and looked at me. And I went to a table, I sat down, and literally everyone on the table got up, walked to different tables, and like I was sitting there, sitting at a table by myself. It was like horrifically like bullying. It was horrible. I mean, this place was horrible. I mean, this like really destroyed a lot of the gems in me. You know, but now I have a freaking car. That's mine. That ain't no rental. That's mine. Not even that grown-ass man over there has as nice of a car as I do. And I'm 23. But you know what? Screw this place. I don't like this place. I remember once people were bullying me, I went to the office and I said, they're bullying me, can you call my mom? And they literally said, go back to class. Like, I absolutely hate this place so much. Like, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and let's go to the high school. Because at the high school, that's when, like, things were kind of looking up for me on up over to the... And this is the high school. Wow. You know, when I was actually coming here, I didn't realize how nice it was. I mean, they have so many things. They even have pet mooses. I think I might just go ahead going up over to this way. And what does this plaque say? Proudly donated by Mesa PTSA 2016. This is what we call a moose. Wow, this thing is actually freaking huge. It's got a fine, sweet ass on it. That's ridiculous. I don't know why there's some bird poop on it. Everything's going to be okay, little fella. Big fella. Down up over that way. But wow. This is what we call a Murrieta Mesa High School. I used to ride my gas-powered scooter, because you know like how they have like the electrical powered scooters, the electrical powered scooters on up over that way everywhere now. Back then there was literally no gas powered scooters around. There still isn't any gas powered. Like, it was such a rare thing to have, kind of like my car on up over to that way, because this is 100% gas. This is a Ford Fusion, not at all electric. This is a Hundo. There's 100% gas on a Blvd that way. And I remember I went to the superintendent. Just a little kid, a superintendent. I went up to like the superintendent of this place and I was like, hey man. Well, there we have it. This random old lady's looking at me. There we go, and have today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notifications, because I have a meet and greet. I got a meet and greet in Los Angeles coming on up over to that way.